Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and welcome to Overwatch Central. So I thought I'd do another one of these solo videos talking about my own ranked experiences. For those that don't know, it started off in Season 1 me doing a video talking about ranked anxiety, how I didn't necessarily want to play ranked in Overwatch. Then we got to Season 2 where I placed Plat, obviously the new system was put into play, so I placed Plat and climbed all the way up to Diamond. I left it a little bit late, but I managed to climb it in like 2 days or whatever. And so far in Season 3, we're about, what, a third of the way through it. I actually managed to hit Masters, which for me is a huge achievement. I understand that the sort of parameters of the ranks have changed a little bit for Season 3, as a lot of stuff was fine-tuned to remove the big bell graph of players around high gold and low plat. This is usually a retrospective look at how it's sort of gone so far, me just letting you know what I've been up to, I suppose. I just wanted to get started with a couple of tips and tricks that I've learned along the way to begin with. First and foremost is to pick your times when you decide to jump into ranked. Most of the time you can sort of get away from this, and there really isn't much difference that this tip can make, but certainly bear in mind sort of over the weekends people are staying at home, kids aren't in college or whatever, stuff like that, but mostly you want to be avoiding peak times of people coming home from work or school. Not to say that kids are bad or anything like that, it's just after a long day a lot of people can be pretty fatigued, and if they've had a shit day at work or whatever, they may already be tilted before they actually get into the game. So sort of avoiding 3 to 5 o'clock tends to be something that I've done and seems to have gone well. It's a little bit of a tidbit sort of tip, but it's certainly worth bearing in mind when you jump into ranked. And also play too late, you do get some pretty interesting people online, so do bear that in mind as well. The second tip I've just called one more game. Now this is a sort of gambling problem, I suppose, just one more sort of shot, one more opportunity to win my money back or another chance to make more money and stuff like that. It's a bit of a blunt tip and it's a little bit vulgar, but if you force a fart you're going to shit the bed. Yeah, I know, it's horrible, but it does have a very valid point. If you force something too much, then you end up having something bad happen, I suppose. It's pretty much the same with life. If you try and force like a relationship with someone, if you try and force a job opportunity, try to force anything, it tends to have the opposite outcome. So if you're on a losing streak, just leave it. Have a day break, have a week break. I've had week breaks in the past and stuff like that, so that might be worth doing. But also bear in mind, if you're on a winning streak, it might be worth quitting whilst you're ahead instead of pushing until you get that loss. In short, sometimes you just have good days and you have bad days, and there's no science behind it. It's not the MMR or the matchmaker being broken. It's just life. That's just what happens sometimes. So you need to bear that in mind and sort of acknowledge those days when they happen. If you're having a bad day and you're constantly losing, just take a break, you know, play something else, relax. Don't try and force it, because not only are you going to get more and more pissed off, you're going to hemorrhage your rank a lot as well. This is a little bit of an interesting tip, and I hope that I can convey it across pretty well, but it has a lot to do with playing heroes from other people's perspectives. Now let's use the example of me. I play a lot of Reinhardt, and of course Reinhardt at this point in time has his shield killed a lot. A big problem with dealing damage to a shield is Deva, and from playing against really good Devas in the past and having not so good Devas on my team in the past, I've learned what I should be doing playing Deva to make the Reinhardt's job easier, if that makes sense. So when I'm playing Deva, I know to stick with the Reinhardt to mitigate as much damage as I can possibly coming in, whilst also dealing a lot of damage to the enemy Reinhardt shield. I know this because I played games as Reinhardt, had my shield killed constantly by Deva, with her own Deva running off and doing whatever the hell she wants and not being any use to me at all. Another good example is playing a Zenyatta maybe, and you constantly get killed because, again, the Reinhardt is dropping a shield and a Widowmaker is sniping you from a distance. So when you get put on Reinhardt for one game and there's a Zenyatta on your team, you know not to constantly drop your shield, because you know what it's like in their shoes. You know how much it ruins their game, not only the experience and fun of playing it, but also what they're trying to do. If they're constantly dead a lot of the time, then it's 5 versus 6 a lot of the time. It's a bit of a tricky one to sort of explain, but it's all about perspective and, to an extent, empathy, trying to put yourself in other people's shoes, and from there learning what you should be doing in order to help people on your team, because it is a team game after all. And our next tip is there are a lot of VOD reviews and stuff flying around of pros looking at, you know, gold players playing, I suppose. Content creators do that. We've done that in the past. We may do it again in the future. Let us know in the comments if that's something that you would like to see. But generally just absorb as much of that content as you possibly can. Listen to all sorts of people talking about the heroes that you want to play. Even if some of the advice you're like, nah, that's not great, it's just worth bearing in mind, because you're thinking of why that advice isn't great. You're sort of arguing your case against theirs, and in turn you're learning from doing that. It's a bit of a plug, but our Master Series is really good at getting the right people in to talk about heroes that they are very, very good at, but also having footage to actually watch of them playing whilst the video is happening is really good. Just having that from Numlock has helped me out a lot with Reinhardt and just little tidbits, but those tidbits can be the difference between winning and losing a lot of the time. But finally, as a bit of a retrospective look, I'm not super happy that I've hit Masters. I'm not like cheering or anything. I got very close at the start of the season. I think I was like 3,465 or something like that. But then I ended up falling down, and again, going back to the whole force a fart, shit the bed, I tried to force it. I tried to get back up to where I was. I just kept falling back and back all the way to 3.1. Then started taking it easy, took it a day at a time. And before I knew it, I was at Masters again. I understand with the sort of how Season 3 has changed that Masters isn't the same accomplishment as it was last season, but as I said in the last video when I hit Diamond, it's a progression. I've got a lot further, and there's nothing to say that I won't be able to hit GM so long as I keep this sort of traction up. And I hope that making these videos shows that, you know, I am not great at games. I haven't got 10 years of experience on TF2 or CSGO behind me. Like, if I can get to this level, so can you guys. I mean, I've been playing in groups a lot, sure, and with very good people and very easy to play with people. I never want these videos to be braggy. I don't like, oh, look at me, I got to Masters, look how good I am. I am the worst person in the world, basically. So if I can get there, you guys can as well. It's all about having the right mentality about it, and just accepting that some days you're going to have shit games and some days you're going to go on absolute winning streak. Take them in your stride, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. You've got 3 months to hit whatever target you have for Season 2. You've got 2 months left, something like that. So just take it a day at a time, don't get disheartened, don't get carried away, and I believe that you can do whatever you want to do. But that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching, take care, we'll see you then.